You probably already noticed that the infotainment screens in cars are getting bigger every year. And not only the size of these screens increase, also the number of things you can do on it. Some cars even don't have any physical buttons anymore and everything has to be done on the screen or via voice commands. My guess is that in a few years, the cars can read our brainwaves and we don't even have to tell them anymore where to go. They will probably also be able to drive you to the nearest McDonald's before you even realize you are hungry. Anyways, this list will give you the 10 largest infotainment screens in the cars currently available on the market. If you enjoy the video, be sure to subscribe to this channel and leave a really big thumbs up. Let's get started. Number 10. Tesla Model 3 and Model Y. These Tesla models are less expensive than the Model S and X, but the screens on the Model 3 and Model Y are larger than in the other models. With 15 inches, it is still larger than what you find in most cars. The screens control the same functions on the Model S and Model X. These include climate control, the volume, navigation, phone, dashcam, voice control, and too many more to list. There also was an issue with the screen being used to watch films while the car was on autopilot, but Tesla has fixed that with an update. And now it can only be used while in park. This fed into some worries that the larger units would be a dangerous distraction, but that theory has been refuted. Number 9. Ford Mustang Mach-E. The largest screen available on a Ford vehicle is the Mustang Mach-E's 15.5-inch screen. Other Ford models, such as the Escape, have much smaller 4-inch screens, and even the second largest screen Mustang is 6.5 inches, with an option of an 8-inch screen. The Mach-E works with the Ford's SYNC4 system. It was the first vehicle to have an improved system. It is connected with a mobile 4G LTE for over-the-air updates, but the costs for the system were not decided at release. Unlike most vehicles with touchscreens, there are still some physical buttons below the screen, though functions such as app selection and climate control are still operated by touch. Number 8. Rivian R1T. After a delayed release date, the first one was finally shipped in December of 2021. The 2022 Rivian R1T has slowly been delivered to those on the waiting list, but those that do have gotten models with 16-inch central screens. There is a 12.3-inch screen behind the wheel that acts as a digital gauge. The horizontal central touchscreen comes in at 16 inches. It controls the infotainment, including the 1,200-watt Meridian sound system, climate, and navigation. There is also a 6.8-inch screen in the back for passengers to control the rear climate controls. Reviewers have commented that it looks great, but some think that too many features are controlled by the screen, which makes it feel overwhelming and unnecessary. Number 7. Porsche Taycan. As you can imagine, the Porsche Taycan is set up differently. The top screen sits in the middle of the dashboard where most of the screens are, but the second screen is angled towards the center console. But not as intuitive as individual touchscreens. The total screen area is 16.8 inches, but it's a bit awkward to use. The 8.3-inch top screen is touch-controlled for the navigation and stereo features, while the bottom 8.5-inch screen slopes down from the top screen. It looks great, but is very difficult to use as you have to look down to find the right place to set the air conditioning options while driving. The total area of the screen is larger than the 11-inch one you would find in a Porsche 911, and there is also an optional third screen in front of the passenger. Number 6. Audi A8. The Audi A8's touchscreen is almost identical to the Taycan's, which is not surprising since both are manufactured by the Volkswagen Group. There are touch screens on the top and bottom. There is a control wheel as well, but it isn't as helpful as it was when it was the only way to select functions. The top is 8 inches and operates the stereo, navigation and phone, but with different menus and controls than the Porsche. Below is the air conditioner. These are the only features, so you don't have to look down often. Being a more expensive car, the A8 screen is inferior to his 10-inch screen in the A4. Number 5. BMW 7 Series. This one is very special. The screen for the driver is the traditional one you would find in any BMW 7 Series. The 15-inch display with standard functions and good old analog controls for climate and stereo. What's special about the new 7 Series is that you can choose what BMW calls a theater screen. It spans the space between the front and rear of the car and is 31 inches tall. Yes, 31 inches. It features his 8K display that serves as an entertainment screen for backseat passengers and can connect to Netflix, Hulu, and HBO via a 5G Wi-Fi connection. A touchscreen is built into the door handle for control, which can be a little difficult to use. When not in use, the screen can be folded into the car roof. Number 4. Lucid Air. High-tech cars need high-tech screens. For Lucid, it's a 34-inch glass cockpit. The whole thing is 5K resolution glass that extends from behind the steering wheel to the center of the dashboard. There is also a lower glass display called the pilot panel. The whole system is designed to make the driver's job easier. Lucid cars are also known for their high efficiency, which makes them a very popular EV. Number 3. Cadillac Escalade. The leftmost screen shows all the features to draw your attention to the road. The center screen is the instrument cluster, while the right screen contains media, navigation, and communications controls. The pilot panel is larger than the screen in front of the driver and can display more information. This allows you to control the air conditioning and vehicle functions. Controls can be activated or changed by voice using the touchscreen. The entire top can also be stowed away for additional storage space. There are also push buttons to control many functions if everything seems too complicated. Cadillac's 38-inch curved OLED display looks a lot like Lucid's screen. The paper-thin display is long and spans across the entire front of the dashboard. It's made of 3 parts: the info screen on the left, the gauge cluster in the center that can be changed to display speed, maps, augmented reality, or night vision mode, and the media screen on the right. It's angled towards the driver, but can still easily be seen by passengers. Number 2. Byton M-byte. Designed in Germany, engineered in Silicon Valley and manufactured in China, Byton's first model, the M-byte SUV, is a truly global vehicle that the up-and-coming automaker hopes to grab attention in the premium EV market. It's an initiative. M-byte has added competitive all-electric range and groundbreaking interior technology in the form of a massive 48-inch curved infotainment display that spans nearly the entire SUV's dashboard. As with key EV rival Tesla, Byton's sales pitch includes heavy mentions of self-driving features. Number 1. Mercedes-Benz EQS. Mercedes is known for putting the latest and most futuristic technology in their cars before other manufacturers have even considered it. The EQS is Mercedes' leap into the future, and they have developed a new dashboard to go with it. The MBUX Hyperscreen is the largest screen ever built by Mercedes. It's a step further than even the Lucid and the Escalade. The Hyperscreen is 56-inch of the screen made from an OLED with a fluid, interactive face. There are 8 CPU cores, 24 GB RAM, and 46.4 GB memory. Artificial intelligence can suggest actions based on what the driver has done in the past, in a specific place, or by the time of day, previous user interaction, location, and time of day. If you usually listen to classical music after work, it will recognize the time of day and your location and automatically offer classical music options. This shows where the future of screens is headed. Wow, that top 10 was another good one. Imagine binge-watching a whole season in the back of that new BMW 7 Series. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this one. See you next time.